As March Madness comes to a close, we are oft reminded of the brutal games we play, especially when they actually take the form of a game. Sadistic game shows, televised torture, and murderous intent are the qualifiers today, and there's no consolation prize. Without further ado, let the digital bear baiting commence.
So you just worry about hitting it and quitting it, you feel me?
Number 10. Fatal Rewind.
While it may be the low man on this list, Fatal Rewind's original title, The Killing Game Show, takes first prize. It wears its facade and typos from the get-go, proclaiming it time for the greatest show on Earth. It quickly becomes a kill-ocalypse, with little to remind you that you're in a game show after you press start. But with an intent that's all Running Man, Fatal Rewind gets one more play, late charges be damned.
Number 9. Unreal Tournament.
Everyone who has played Unreal Tournament is already familiar with its engrossing story, but we'll recap for those of you who have been living under a rock. In the year 2291, asteroid mining companies are sick of their workers rioting, and in seeking an alternate outlet for their aggression, consensual murder is legalized. Organized matches quickly gain popularity, and only 50 years later, the LIANDRI mining company makes nearly all of its profits from tri-casting the professional league to billions of insatiable fans, hungry for the next great match of a bunch of big dudes jumping around and insta-jibbing each other.
You suck!
Number 8. Flashback.
Conrad's only option to get to Earth revolves around winning enough money to purchase a ticket, and naturally, the only way to do that is through a game show called Death Tower. Charging Conrad to ascend multiple floors, Death Tower is an obstacle course of carnage, essentially a series of challenge rooms. Death Tower legitimized what is already a difficult game into a salacious TV show, designed to sell death to a blood-hungry audience.
Number 7. Split Second.
All cameras live.
Racing is a long-celebrated and televised sport, but Split Second raises the stakes with grandiose sets primed with explosives. With the push of a button, racers can detonate traps, drop a section of road to change the direction of the course, or cause an airplane to come crashing down from the sky. If you thought getting tagged with a blue shell was bad, just wait until someone drops a building on your face. The only thing deadlier than these crumbling backlots is the budget it must take to construct them.
Number 6.
The ultimate battle between good and evil.
Dead Rising 2.
Terror is Reality isn't about fighting, it's about killing. This bizarre pay-per-view event sends endless hordes of zombies into arena to be mowed down like so much grass. Chainsaw-outfitted motorcycles turn the studio into a killing floor, far more effective than any slaughterhouse. The rider who kills the most zombies goes home with some prize money, maybe even enough to afford the Zombrex that prevents infected humans from being turned into more motorcycle fodder in Fortune City's most infamous game show.
Number 5. MADWORLD.
And y'all know who I am. That's right, the Bishop of Blood and Carnage, the Black Baron. Today I'm bringing y'all a recipe for good times.
Death Watch is another game show where you can get away with murder, but the unique scoring system makes MADWORLD's Bloodsport a bit different than the others. The more you mess someone up before killing them off, like clobbering them with a tire or putting a street sign through their head, well, the more points you get when you finish the job.
Number 4. Mutant League Football.
The Mutant League takes an already dangerous sport and ramps up the stakes considerably. Set in a post-apocalyptic world inhabited by demons, mutants, and a host of dastardly creatures exposed to radiation, winning or losing is the least of your concern. Landmines, exploding balls, electric shocks, and pitfalls ensure your life is on the line every time the ball is snapped. Death is commonplace, and a game can even be forfeited if the casualty count rises too high.
Number 3. Twisted Metal.
A no-holds-barred vehicular combat tournament known as Twisted Metal is hosted once a year, enticing hobos, stoners, killer clowns, gangsters, and freaks to enter. It's a demolition derby with military-grade weapons and a heaping helping of crazy. If you blow up everyone else in the competition, your mysterious host Calypso will grant you a wish using his supernatural powers. But beware, if the homing missiles and freeze attacks don't get you, your wish may be twisted as well.
Number 2. Smash TV.
Smash TV is just your average, ordinary game show of death. Two players fight their way through room after room of crazed maniacs to win fabulous prizes. The body count stacks up pretty quickly, but the prizes are pretty cool. Toasters, cash, and even freedom from the dystopia that the game's designers figured 1999 would be. The real prize is the Pleasure Dome, an oft-promised paradise at the end of the show. In a twist worthy of an 8-bit plot, early versions of Smash TV didn't actually have a Pleasure Dome level, because the designers figured no one could beat the game.
Good luck. You'll need it.
Number 1. Mortal Kombat.
Shang Tsung's Tournament of Death certainly made an impact back in 1992, proving that violence sometimes is the main attraction in our industry. And that controversy can be great for bolstering sales. Just look at how the censored home console port for the Super Nintendo fared compared to its bloody Genesis counterpart. What else could you expect from a fighting game where your sole objective is to pummel your opponent to a bloody pulp before executing them with one of your character's signature fatalities? Mortal Kombat's tournament was all about death and murder. There was no win or go home, no points for second place, no see you next time. Only mounds of bones, blood, and more than a few impaled corpses. Unless, of course, you pumped in more quarters for a rematch.
Excellent. Finish him.